Well, hello and welcome back to the Fort. I'm the Gav Major, and this is WoWs Weekly. WoWs Weekly is the weekly news video which covers World of Warships Legends, although it's more bi-weekly, I guess you could say. We're now with community posts in between, and it's all subject to whenever the wife's off work, I guess you could say. So, the headlines this week. Unsinkable Sam, that entire patch campaign is all over and done with. Brewing Storm campaign breakdown. Black Friday ships, obviously, more details. And Ranked Season 32. These headlines and more after this short interlude. So, first of all, Unsinkable Sam patches. Now, as you may have noticed, towards the end of the last patch, there was these redeem codes for up to 9 Unsinkable Sam patches, which are over there. I always need to remember I've switched the side of it, so over here. Now, there's also an additional one for the old Unsinkable Sam patch, which has also been re-released, I guess you could say. So, there are 10 redeem codes for Unsinkable Sam patches, which are all down in the description, along with a link to the redeemer to make life nice and easy. Talking of redeem codes, National Unity and Armed Forces Day of Italy. So to celebrate, there was a special flag, which is the Centurion's hat, I guess you could say, and that redeem code is also down in the description. Now on to the Brewing Storm campaign, link to the blog post also down in the description. Just to give you a quick summary of it all, obviously most of these details you're already aware of, but yeah, just to cover it off, 100 stages over 5 weeks with catch-up mechanic enabled. Upon earning 2,475 renown with an active amateur backing, you'll receive the Japanese Tier 8 Premium Destroyer Hayate. Now, in order to obviously earn renown, you'll need to complete endurance trials. These endurance trials have to be played in Tier 3 to Legendary tier ships and can be completed in standard or AI battles. You'll also need to complete shakedown trials each week. These are from Tier 4 to Legendary tier and can be completed in standard battles only. Now, upon completing all the endurance and shakedown trials for each week, you'll be awarded a total of a bonus amount of renown of 100. Finishing the weekly Havoc, which is basically endurance trials and shakedown trials combined, you'll earn basically with the bonus renown, you'll earn a total of 500 renown. So it's 500 renown over 5 weeks. There's also heroic effort missions. Heroic effort missions also are weekly, and these are from Tier 5 to Legendary tier ships and can be completed in standard battles only. Now, completing all the heroic effort missions each week will reward you a bonus 25 renown, and therefore you can earn 125 renown a week, a total of 625 over the 5 weeks. Now, completing all the weekly Havoc missions each week will net you a total of 2,500 renown, and upon completing all the weekly Havoc missions and all the heroic effort missions, you'll receive 3,125 renown. So basically, without the heroic effort missions, you'll have about 25 renown to spare, and if you complete the heroic effort missions, then you have about, I want to say, 650 renown to spare. So that's quite a hefty amount, so plenty of wiggle room, I guess you could say. And obviously, once the campaign is finished, or you got to the end of the campaign, you're on to Endless Trials. Endless Trials is one of the limited mechanics, I guess you could say, in the game, which you can earn the rarest and most useless currency in the game, steel badges. So just like previous campaigns, you can earn steel badges once you've completed the campaign. You'll be able to earn as many as 250 steel badges per week by completing the daily and weekly endless trials. If you buy out the campaign on day 1, you'll be able to earn a total of 1,250 renown. 1,250 steel badges, correction. In total, from the endless trials. Now note, 25 renown is 1 milestone. 1 milestone is only 5 steel. Daily trials and weekly trials have to be completed in standard battles or battles versus AI in Tier 3 to Legendary tier. So, earn that steel. To be honest, I'd never recommend buying out the campaign on day 1. Black Friday. Now, there is a link to the blog post down below as well, but to summarise the details regarding the Black Friday ships which are available in the game. What are their differences, if any? So there is the Tier 3 Premium Battleship, the Dante, which is available for 5,000 credits. Correction, 5 million credits at the moment in store. Obviously, you have to spend the 5 million credits, and then you have to complete missions associated with that. Now, she has a module which grants her semi-armor piercing shells for her main battery, as well as her secondaries, which are already sap, I guess you say, on the tech tree one. Now, this module, you can equip it to get that sap, or you can just leave it as is and have a standard HE AP battleship. Now, bear in mind, the module that grants you SAP will increase your main battery reload by 4 seconds, taking it from 32 seconds to 36 seconds, making probably an already unbearable reload time into even more unbearable. Now there's also the Japanese Tier 8 premium cruiser Ibuki, which has a reduced main battery range, so your guns are shorter range. You're going to have 14.7 kilometer range instead of 15.5. That's a reduction of 0.8 kilometers, I believe. Now, you do get improved accuracy. You have a sigma of 2.1 instead of 2.05, so a difference of 0.05. Massive difference, chaps. Now, please excuse the wife. She also comes with a spotter aircraft consumable, probably instead of the catapult fighter, or as an option instead of the catapult fighter, I guess you could say. And these changes make this version apparently they say a premium side grade. I'd say the premium side step. She also has stock torpedoes, so you don't get the upgraded torpedoes that you would get on the Ibuki tech tree. Also note, Ibuki is only available through the Black Friday 22 crates, so yeah, she's only going to be down to pot luck unless you want to get all the ships and then buy 40 containers due to the guaranteed ship mechanic. Now there's the Italian Tier 5 premium cruiser, the Duca d'Aosta, which has exactly the same stats as the tech tree version, but it's black. There's also the premium Tier 6 destroyer, the Z39, which is exactly like the Z39, but black. Last but not least, we have the Tier 7 premium battleship Bismarck, which is obviously a tech tree ship been made into a premium Black Friday ship. And she has extended secondary range. She has 7.7 kilometers instead of 7.5 kilometers, so that's an increase of 0.2 kilometers in range. She has a reduced main battery range of 16.6 kilometers, down from 17.4 kilometers. That's a reduction of 0.8 kilometers. And she has slightly increased turret traverse speed of 0.2 degrees per second. Correction, it's been improved by 0.2 degrees per second, making it 5.2 degrees per second, so rather than 5.4 degrees per second in comparison to the tech tree version. However, please note that this premium sidestep has the stock anti-aircraft battery, so it has a weaker anti-aircraft battery in comparison to the fully upgraded tech tree variant of this ship. Now we have some sneak peeks at the Pirates content. It's not in any official wargaming blog posts or anything like that. This is in an Xbox news website page, but it is obviously using official wargaming content in order to obviously chat about the game, and it does cover some of the pirate content. I always keep pointing the wrong way. I'm going to apologise for that. So we have a sneak peek at the British commander, Arende M. Davis, I want to say, although I'll probably pronounce that first name wrong. But yeah, it confirms that this commander is British only. It's also confirmed that both pirate commanders, this one and the bearded chap, the one that looks like Blackbeard, I guess you could say. No, it looks like who's the chap out of Peter Pan? Looks like that one anyway. They both will have unique voiceovers. Now, the base trait for the British commander, as you can see, is Labyrinth Prowess, which will, when maxed out, will reduce torpedo launcher reload by 2% and consumable cooldown by 2%. So, not massive buffs, I guess you could say. There's also a unique skill, the second level. I can't reach over that far because of the green screen, but the second level there, it looks like a hook, like the typical pirate's hook. God knows what it's going to be. I guess a future blog post will be forthcoming. Now, there's also a screenshot in that news post, which also shows the reskinned Le Fantast obviously sailing under the British name. It's confirmed that she will be British. So obviously the British are now going to get a premium Le Fantast. Now, there's only one screenshot, You can confirm that she has damage control, she has engine boost, and she has main battery reload booster. But we don't know how many because it's all used up. But it's interesting. She's going to retain main battery reload booster. She's going to retain engine boost, but we don't know whether it's going to be French engine boost or standard engine boost. But the other interesting thing is with the torpedo launcher, we can see that she has the ability to either have a widespread or a single launcher with the torpedoes. So she has she's a Le Fantastique premium reskin with a sprinkler British. We're going to have to see how that turns out, I guess you could say. But could be interesting. Also, another British destroyer commander. I'm not going to complain too much about that because we haven't seen many. I think the British only have one non-historical destroyer commander, so I guess having another one obviously frees up a little bit of capacity for those of you who are looking for a spare commander, I guess you could say. It's time to duel with Ranked again, and the blog post is obviously linked down in the description. Now, starting on November the 10th, that's tomorrow, gents, at 7 AM UTC, and running until November the 14th, ending obviously at 7 AM UTC, is Season 32 of Ranked. This will feature Tier 4 ships and will allow every class except aircraft carriers. There are no leagues and 9 ranks, and team size is obviously 1v1. Irrevocable ranks will be 7, 6, 3 and 1, and the maps will be Big Race, New Dawn, Northern Waters, Polar, Sleeping Giant and Tears of the Desert. Prizes will be, starting at rank 8 and working our way up, 5 rare battle boosters and 2 days premium for rank 8, 1 for Big 4 crate and 2 promotion orders for rank 7. 5 rare battle boosters and 250,000 credits for rank 6, 1 Big 4 crate and 3 promotion orders, along with 100 steel if you finally at some point I guess you could say for rank 5, 5 rare battle boosters and 5,000 glow XP for rank 4, 200 steel and 5 promotion orders from rank 3, 5 rare battle boosters and 1 Big 4 crate for rank 2, and 300 steel and 200 doubloons for rank 1. That's a total of 600 steel as basically if you complete this ranked season. Now the details on the other ranked season is obviously all available in the blog post if you wish to go check that out yourself. If not, I'll be covering it, fingers crossed, week by week, either live or through the community post. So always check out the community post just in case you've missed Wales Weekly. Well, that's all the news, and so I'll encourage you to like and subscribe, and if you want, feel free to comment on the pinned posts below or in the live streams to have a jib or a jive arrive in the news scroll at the bottom. I'll take this short break and I'll join you chaps in the chat. Well, first of all, let's get the thank yous out of the way. So, hello and thank you to Jeff Dave, to Admiral Crib, to Narako, to Britt, Battler, and Sean Whitling as well. Good to see you, ladies and gents. So, let's have a look. Jeff, yes, the Duke was, of course, the ship I got in the crates. Nice ship, but I already have the normal version. Yeah, Duke of D'Aosta, yeah. Okay, I saw Crib. I saw you yesterday in your Friesland. You sank pretty fast. Don't mean beam, chaps. Crib, I got the Duke of D'Aosta B. I sold it already. Oh, good lord. Good day, good day. I think I'll let the skip the Noriko. But the British have the Japan and most. But the British have with Japan the most commanders thanks to Azure Lane. I don't know. America's got a lot of commanders through collaborations. I think at the moment, even though the British do have obviously a lot of Azure Lane commanders, I'd probably say America and Japan certainly have the most commanders in the game. In fact, I'd then probably say the Russians as well. The Japanese have far too many destroyer commanders to pick between. And I could boot up the console and look now. It would be a bit mean, but I can. do it, I believe. Yeah, we'll boot it up in the background. No, we won't be jumping to the console because I haven't got the capture card plugged in, but it should be alright. By the way, crib after the no, okay, by the way, I stick with 406 guns on the Temeraire, and less overpens and more raw damage. I'm quite tempted to do the same. My excuse was going to be historical accuracy. Why do McDonald's never give you straws in deliveries? Because it's McDonald's. I'm sure there's a line from the one of the Lethal Weapon films where one of the chaps say they always screw you at the drive-thru. I think that comment can now be attributed to also they always screw you at the deliveries. So unless you're going to walk in, you're probably going to get screwed in somewhere. Then we'll still hello. No, Japanese has the most with 23. Yeah. The Japanese are definitely ahead. It's just whether the British are second place or not, I guess you should say. But Alaska's better BB, I love it. Yeah, no, it's fair enough. I think it's definitely a play style thing, really. With Alaska, she does have 15-inch guns. And yes, I know I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. I mean, hello and welcome to Back to the Port. This is the British man who pronounces French words incorrectly, or at least does his best to. Highest, shortest torpedo reload is 83 seconds on that. Yeah, so I mean, she's a reloader. I don't foresee that trait working out. Wargaming has even stated that before in the community post. Yeah, no stats of difference. Yeah, Duke of D'Osta is just black. That's it. And this is the thing. Like, you're spending a lot of money just for a black ship, but at the same time, that's how it's always been. Black Friday ships have always been the biggest rip-off, in my personal opinion, and I would never use your money to get them. If you end up with them in the crate, oh well, you got one in a crate. Let's see, let's have a look at commanders. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 American commanders. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. I've got at least 22 Japanese commanders. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Only 14 British commanders. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 German commanders. The French are definitely way behind. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 commanders. Russians, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 commanders. Italians, yeah, they're quite far behind. It wouldn't surprise people. Pan-European has only 4 commanders. Pan-Asia has only 3 commanders. Italians 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So yeah, I wouldn't exactly say the British have the most. The Germans, the Americans, and the Japanese outnumber them. But then again, isn't it a surprise that when the First Nations came to the game, it was the Americans, the Japanese, and the Germans, and the Russians. Ironically, I'm kind of surprised the Russians don't have more commanders, considering they're deemed to be peak content, I guess you could say. But yeah, the Germans, the Japanese, the Americans have got more commanders because they sell. Right, let's turn it off. Obviously, I might not have all the commanders due to reasons. And we can turn the telly off. There we go. Right. I played High Day 9 times, and 6 times I just ripped Jutlands, Summers, and all gunboats apart for the guns. Left Hightail ready for the torps, not so much. Didn't know McDonald's drinks were impenetrable without a straw. Can't you just take the lid off? To be honest, I'm the kind of gent who once has collected his McDonald's and taken it home. I then plate it up and I pour the drink into a glass and everything. I have it as a proper meal. Does it surprise people? Probably not, I bet. As if, hello. Yeah. Most whales do not really care about rip-offs. Yeah, very true. They're in the world where a full black camo gives you an extra chance for Citadel hits. This thing, if you're so eager for a black camo, you can just put the shadow camo on anything. That's what I kind of feel like. Black Friday ships, apart from their premium, they are just a massive rip-off. Yeah, 406 and Temeraire for historical accuracy stuff, and also why I never use Halloween camos. I'm a historical guy. As far as we come to Azur Lane, then I'm just a weeb. Yeah, no, fair enough, fair enough. I feel like teams are more brainless this update. I think you're just seeing probably a larger influx in new players to the game. Does make me wonder. There was an image, some stats which came out in Hivehound's stream, I believe. Pardon me. Maybe I should just talk about it next week. I've just got to save this image. Let's see if I can save it as a PNG, and see if I can bring it up in the news. Let's see if we can do that. Sorry, I've got to do this all in OBS. Add an asset, add a file, add this one, open, okay. There we go. It worked. Okay, so here's some stats based on win ratios. Now, I'm going to leave that up there. I know you're not going to be able to see it too accurately. Can I? I could make it bigger. The problem is it's probably going to absolutely engulf me, but there we go. Maybe if I pop that there, I'll make myself disappear. There we go. So this is basically stats of win ratios for players based over time. Win rate populations, I guess you could say. And these populations are running from April 2019 all the way up to July 2022. Now, so April, July, October. It seems to be every couple of months, I guess you could say. So, as you can kind of see, obviously there's no real numbers to this, but you can kind of tell that the entry level to the game obviously dipped in October 2019. What a surprise! But it stayed relatively high. The entry level 0 to 46% win ratio. I'd assume that's obviously players who are new to the game and learning the game and stuff. But what you'll probably also notice is that in generally from April 2020 until about July 2020, the amount of players with good win rates, 53 to all the way up, 53 to 56, 56 to 60 and 60%, generally stays the same. Obviously there's slumps and peaks as it goes through. The middle audience stays pretty consistent, and the entry audience obviously stays pretty consistent too. So I think it kind of shows that the number of seasoned players who stay with the game stays pretty much the same. Now, you can either say that means that it's the same people all the time, or that there's a bit of a turnover. As people join, they get better. As they get better, they move up, and as they move up, then someone else who's experienced the game kind of drops off, which means that a large majority of the game, a large majority of the audience, has a win ratio of less than 50%. In fact, the people who have a win ratio of 50% probably outnumber the people with a win ratio of 53% up, and then that mid-range audience, I guess you could say, isn't that high. But obviously there's not many numbers to this. But the interesting one is apparently we have about 200,000 players, according to the stats that they've released. However, the interesting one is that the 2,000 player stat came out in October 21, and with the recent seasons of Arena, which I think were middle of this year, that apparent audience had gone up. So I think potentially you could maybe extrapolate the number of players playing the game eventually. Obviously, we just need a bit more stats. So I'm going to keep my eye out and see if this graph makes a resurgence or reappearance. Anyway, time to come back. Boo. Right, let's get that shrunk back down into the corner, and then we can bring it back. There we go. Very nice. Lock that. Now I can have a quick look at the chat, which has moved on. Oh, hello. I only have a chippy to as takeout, no other. Oh, I almost got a chippy when I was paying the paper off earlier today, but I thought better of it. I thought I'm going to be a good boy. I'm going to be healthy. So I think it's going to be a stir fry tonight. Naraka. Well, Armor Crips also says potentially the addition of brain dead players could be shiny ship syndrome and new update syndrome. So maybe it should calm down later on. Sean Winner, nope. Same when it comes to McDonald's. Yeah, get the plate out, get the glasses out, get the silver cutlery out. No, not that bad, but almost. Yeah, get the knife and fork out. Also now, Ark has the most sluggish planes in the game. Then Graf, her planes are finally good and not like an American 5. Yeah, but Graf's at 5k. Well, she's at tier 7. I don't know. I think although Ark Royal's aircraft might be a bit sluggish, they're a little bit, especially the HE ones are definitely OP. I'm the smallest light bluish column. Where am I? Well, I'm a 67% win ratio, which always surprised me a little bit. Are you feeling with Russell Howard, Major? Yeah, the comedian from Bristol. Yes. Haven't watched him for a long time. I watched him when his career was very early on, before he kind of got big, when he was used to Mock the Week and things like that. I didn't mind him at the time, but I think nowadays I don't really like his humour too much. But then I think it's just a thing. It's just as time changes. Nothing against the chap. Legendary carriers are playing against each other in 1v1s. Yeah, I know, I saw that. The legendary tier population of the carriers is probably massively diminished because it has a pay entry wall, and then you have to grind it, and then you have to finally get to the carrier. Russell is hilarious. No. I think when I used to watch him back in the day, yeah, I used to kind of enjoy him quite a bit. He just might not be quite to my taste as nowadays. Whenever I was still in the yellow, only improving, frightening slowly rate. Yeah, no, the improvement rate is very slow once you get to a very high number of games. It's always like that though. I remember like in Killzone 3, my KD ratio crawled up 0.01 every now and then. Seems like there are enough Ark Royals out there. They should only be matched up against other Ark Royals. That's potentially true. I still need to properly test myself up against an Ark Royal in a defensive AFR ship. Sean, problem is Russell Howard has gone political now. That's kind of why I kind of lost an interest in his humour. But please, let's keep the politics out of the chat, please. Right, I'm gonna say that's all, but obviously thank you to everyone who has popped by. I think I've said that thanks to the additional people who've come in as we've gone along. Good to see you around chatting as well. Many thanks. But yeah, thank you, and have a good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good night wherever you are in the world. Look after yourselves and enjoy the rest of your week. Hopefully, we'll catch you on Friday's live stream, and we'll take the rest of the week from there. Stay safe, stay well, and until next time, I'm the Gav Major, and back to the port.